And because we do respect people's time, and we know everybody works during the day. So, and Friday nights is usually the time when people want to come home, relax from work, kick back and do what you do. So we do respect your time, and we try to do our best to do that. So we definitely do want to start on time. So I just wanted to welcome everyone tonight to the call. We do this call every Friday night, and I'd be pumped up every Friday night to just join this call and see who's on the call, and also to hear our wonderful presenter, because he always provides us with wonderful, wonderful information that we can use. And I hope you guys find value in what we do on these Friday nights. So to begin this call, we're just going to say welcome to the Debt Weapon and Velocity Bacon program. And again, thank you for your time, and thank you for being here with us. So we always do this every Friday. So I'm going to ask everyone to please just engage with us. And let me just start over here. My name is Antoinette Renee Allen, and I am one of the Debt Weapon coaches, and I participate in this call on Friday nights, and I host it some Fridays. So like I said, I'm excited. So with that being said, I would just like to continue with to start off our call on every Friday night, as we do, with our declaration. So if you can all unmute yourselves and just engage me for a little while, and just repeat after me as we start this meeting off with our declaration. And it says, this is my life.
This is my life.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I am clear about my path.
I am clear about my path.
I am debt free.
I am debt free.
I walk in understanding of my finances.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I control my spending habits.
I control my spending habits.
This is my favorite part. I am not a consumer.
I am not a consumer.
I am an investor.
I'm an investor.
My money works for me.
My money works for me.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
I am financially sexy.
I am financially sexy.
And I won't give up.
And I won't give up.
Thank you so much. I'll give yourselves a hand. Please get used to saying that. Say it on Friday night. Please say it throughout the week, because we really want it to become a part of you and a part of the mindset and what we try to teach in this Debt Weapon program. So I just wanted to introduce one of our coaches, our Debt Weapon coach and membership chair, Miss Rosie Jones-Clark. I don't know if you can just say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, she's there. And we have another coach on the line tonight, Brandon. He's a Debt Weapon coach also, Mr. Brandon Pullard. Are you available to say hi, Brandon?
Yeah, I am. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you all could make it tonight.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. And myself, we are the Debt Weapons coaches of the program, and we're here to assist anyone that would like to become a part of the program. I would like to introduce to you and talk to you about the wonderful gentleman who is the head of this program. This man is Mr. Sabar Demiri. He is a wonderful individual. He has a compassion for helping people and a great desire to see people in the minority community get ahead and to be able to make moves in life that we have been so long, what's the word I'm looking for, so long that we haven't been able to touch things that we should be able to and have access to. And he's here to teach us a way to get access to things that we've always wanted to, and then just have the know-how to do it. So Mr. Sabor is a husband, a father, a brother, and a great mentor. That's a great husband, a great father. He's a real estate investor. He has over 29 properties. He has approximately $1.7 million in assets. He's an accredited investor. He's legally allowed to trade securities between financial institutions. He's an acquisitions manager of about $40 million of a $40 million fund in Texas, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. That just is there to show you about his credits and that he's really about business. He is known as the mortgage note broker in the world of the mortgage lender. And he's a colleague, broker, approximately about $2.5 million a month. He has 4 active LLCs and businesses and is a consultant of Velocity Banking, Credit Services, and Real Estate Investing. Yes, so he is the man, and I just want to thank him, take the time out to thank him for what he does for us and the information that he provides us and how he has already changed effectively people's lives that's been on this call in the last 3 or 4 months. So what he teaches us is real and it has value. So what is Velocity Banking, right? So Velocity Banking is the foundation of our program. And it's a strategy that we use using lines of credit to pay off debts faster than traditional methods, right? We know we get paid, we pay our credit card bills or whatever it is, but our debt seems to stay a long time. But with the strategy that he teaches us, this method, we can do it a lot faster. And as we do it, it helps us boost our credit score to help get us up in that 700, 750 credit club, right? And everyone knows when you get up to that point, you can pretty much get anything you want when you want. So that's his goal. So some initial concerns about Velocity Banking. For some people, this is a totally new concept. It was for me. I don't know how many people on this call tonight, mostly everybody on here didn't know about Velocity Banking until we got introduced to Mr. Sabor. Another concern may be the process doesn't really make sense to me, because we never heard of it. Will it help me? If it is so good, why haven't I heard about it? I'm nervous, to make this drastic financial change. And will I make a mistake and make my financial situation worse? So these are all questions that we have initially when we first get involved in this, but I am a testament. I can tell you all these concerns are nothing to be concerned about. So what we ask you to do is just trust the process, trust your coach, trust yourself, and to trust God through this process and see it through. So and with the Demiri Funding Company, I'm talking a little fast because I'm just so excited. I can't wait for him to talking, so bear with me. One of the concepts that we have is a movement is a movement. And what we mean by that is that there can't be a movement unless you move, unless you have a vision to move, unless you're out catching it and you're making the sacrifices to make the movement happen. So that's what we also teach in this program so that we can see change, effective change in people's lives. So with that being said, and without further ado, I'm going to present to others and introduce to everyone else who knows him, Mr. Sabor Demiri, who is the man of the hour. I just asked, ladies and gentlemen, just get pens and pencils so you can take notes and hope that this information is going to be something of value for you. So Sabor, if you are there, you can take over at this moment.
Thank y'all, thank y'all. Is Sean Jones here?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Hey, Sean, how are you? So I want to introduce everybody to Sean. I met Sean through a private investment group that we've been dealing with. And Sean has launched a company with a partner, and they've been buying mortgage notes and brokering mortgage notes. So I just want to introduce everybody to him. He's one of my favorite people. I've been stepping back from the mortgage world for a little bit, and him and his partner have been handling a lot of my loans for me. Today we ran into a hiccup. We have a person that had 2 notes that has probably about, how much was they about 210,000 left on it?
10, yeah.
Yeah, and somebody tried to come back and offer less than 50% of the unpaid principal balance. So I want to let everybody know that there are hiccups in this game, but we keep it pushing, we keep it pushing and moving it all. But Sean, you want to introduce yourself, man, to the group?
Yeah. Yeah, like Sabor said, we met through an investment group and another note fund manager that we both know. I've been in real estate for about 4 years. I'm a real estate agent, and I got into the note space and met Sabor, and me and my business partner have just been a sponge as far as the information he's been able to impart into us as far as helping us in our business. And any way we can, we step in and try to help him where we can. And, just listen to what he has to say, because Sabor is just about helping people. And that's why me and him connected. And that's why we continue to work together, because you have to be a person that wants to help others and not just be about money first. Be about what you can do to help other people grow. And that's the board, 100%.
You're
Hello?
muted. You're muted.
Oh, am I?
No, I was talking
Sabor's
about,
muted.
I was muted. Sorry about that. I said with
Oh.
that, appreciate you, Sean. Anybody got good news for me this week? Anybody credit scores go up? Anybody got any
I
lines
do.
of credit? Okay,
I have
good news too.
Sabor.
let's go.
My credit score went up 12 points.
Okay,
And I actually applied for 2 credit cards, and I got 2 credit cards. One was a small amount, $1,000, but another one was for $1,500.
nice. Okay.
I have good news. Ooh,
Who's that talking to us?
Oh, that's TJ.
Hey, TJ.
Hi everybody. So yeah, so before was it almost a month ago, a couple weeks ago, they had us all do the our pitch for our drop shipping business, and you all on the call voted for my business to help, so for Sabor to help my business get funded first. And my business just got up, it's up and running right now on a Tuesday of this week. So Sabor told me to make sure I share the link and stuff with the group, but I'm gonna put that in the chat. But yeah, my website, TJ Has Wares, selling gaming supplies and computer parts. That's all up and running now. So I'm just waiting on my first sale, but I've been messing around with the website. And yeah, so thank you to you guys. Thanks to Sabor, he's helping me start making that passive income.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Woo!
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Boy,
Yes.
walk it like he talks.
So those that don't know, a couple of weeks ago, we had 3 youth that came on. We have a youth that we're teaching on Tuesdays nights. If you have youth, we are charging them $20. Please recommend them come. But we're teaching them how to get into the the world of credit. Like most of us adults, we wasn't taught about credit until we had to learn about it ourselves. But we're trying to teach these young kids basically how to manage their money at an early age. And TJ and 2 others, they had to give us a business pitch, and whoever gave us the best business pitch, we were going to fund their business. So we funded his business, and his website is up and running now. And he's going to share that in the chat. So please check out his website. If you know any gamers, if you're a gamer yourself, please buy something from his website. We appreciate y'all.
Really do, yeah.
Anybody else got any good news this week? Thank you again, TJ. And I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody else that voted for my business too.
I want to share.
Yes, please.
This is Michelle. So I applied for a Discover card. I was kind of nervous because my credit hasn't gone up too much, but a couple of the the credit sites, they've been taking a couple of things off of my credit report. So I went ahead and I applied for the Discover card because they kept telling me it was an excellent choice, that I would get it, and da 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 da. So I did the pre-approval and it said yes. So then when I applied, I got it and they gave me $7,500.
Nice.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So Michelle, I'm gonna let you know Discover is my favorite card, because when I do my real estate, it's easily you can easily do a balance transfer to your checking account. So that's a good card to have. Make sure you always keep a good working relationship with them and ask for a credit line increase every 3 months, like we teach. That way you get those high limit cards get higher and higher. That way you can utilize that money for your real estate investment.
I most certainly will.
All right. Anybody else this week? No?
Well, I Sally, I picked up a credit card for $2,000.
What? Okay.
Yes, sir.
That whole family winning over there.
Trust in the process.
Yeah, that whole family winning over. I'm proud of you. Okay.
Great job, Telly, Michelle.
Not only that, Telly and
Thank you.
Michelle also were added to 2 of my cards. We did the authorized users. So I think we get, how much was it? I want to say close to 17,000. Michelle, 17,000 and as an authorized user. So that next month they're
Yeah.
definitely going to be, their score is going to definitely rise up off of that. So again, congratulations for that.
The board, can you talk a little bit in detail about that?
Sure. So what we do is we have trade lines for sale for people in our group, not just in our group, but people that have want to purchase trade lines. So what happens as an authorized user, whatever, as long as I keep a low balance on my cards, they're basically going to download my payment history and my history and the length of that card. So say somebody has a new person that never had credit or has a young age. I got to give me my granddaughter want to get her faith in. And so what that does is they allow them to download my payment history, my age, and also all of my payments to boost their credit score. So most of our cards, they end up getting the lower ends of my cards. Most of my cards are like 25K and up. So that allows them to download that payment history and also my payment history again to boost their credit score. And that's how most people get to the 700 club. I don't know, Rodney just tapped in. We did the same thing with Rodney and his wife when they was purchasing their property, and they got pre-approved for what, 380, Rodney?
Hold on. What was the question?
The authorized user, when we added you. Yeah, so you got proof for 380. How much y'all get pre-approved for? I know you bought the house around.
Oh, it was 280. We got approved for 280. We bought the house.
280, I apologize.
Yeah, 279.
Okay. Nice.
The reason I was asking was because I added my daughter as an authorized user on my credit cards, and I just didn't know how it would affect her.
Yes. So whatever you have, your payment history, your utilization, and also the limit of your credit is going to help boost that person's credit score. Now, if you have teenagers on this, people that have teenagers on this call, I recommend that you add your teenagers as soon as they turn 16 or lower. Some people do that. So I know some woman said she added her kid at 6 months. So you want to add them as an authorized user, so they'll have that length of credit when they get ready to, come into adult age. I know a couple of people have done that for their children, and it actually helped boost their score all the way up.
I did 2 of them. So do we need 3?
It don't matter, as many as you want to. You can add them as many as you want to. You just want to make sure you keep your utilization under 30% on those cards, and you're gonna help build your kids' credit. When my kids left home, they all had 800 credit scores. Brandon and my sister on here somewhere. Oh, she fell off somewhere. But yeah, Brandon tell you my daughter has a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, like 3,200 square feet house. So off of what we did for them. So
Excellent. Now, another question is, I have 4 kids, so I was gonna put 1 on 2 of them, like 1 child for 2 credit cards.
you can put them on as many cards you want. You can put all your kids on them. Some cards max out though at like limits of 10 people on cards, and that will happen to me because I have so many people on my cards. But you definitely look at how many authorized users you're allowed to use. I know Lowe's stop at 4 on the employee side. On the personal side, they stop at 6. So it depends on what card you have. You just look how many authorized users you're allowed to have.
And then my kids are starting to get credit cards too. So should they start applying for them? Or should I put them on as an authorized user before I have them apply for them?
I would say, go ahead. Oh, somebody asked.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure, Sabor, that we're just still mindful of the time, because I know you still have other things that you wanted to talk about. So if everybody can just hold their questions to the end, we'll be happy to continue to answer questions, but I do want him to go ahead and talk about, because what we're going to talk about tonight is business credit. And I know a lot of people are interested in about that. So if you can just hold your questions to the end, we would appreciate it, because we do want to be respectful of people's time.
Okay. Rodney, we've been missing you for 2 weeks, man. Go ahead and share your good news with us.
All right. Yeah, I'm actually in South Carolina, kind of celebrating an early birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday,
yes,
bro.
sir. Thank you. I miss you guys. I think 2 calls. But I told my wife I'm gonna jump on. We're waiting to eat, so I jumped out the car. It's like 45-minute wait. I'll tell you this. Woo, Jesus. Debt weapon program. Let me say it loud. Debt weapon program. Let me say this to be simple before I even share what just happened with us and the blessing of the program. You need expertise. You do not have to do this and go this alone. And it's faster. It's faster when you're able to have an expert that guides you through the system. You know what I'm saying? Trying to learn and fix kinks and kind of cut and paste things and all that good stuff. That only works for so long. You know what I'm saying? When you have somebody that has a structured program, it's good to go with it because for me, I don't have time. I need to get in, get out, because I understand that we're in this bubble. And when it bursts, I want to be on the side of it where we have ultimate cash flow flowing. You know, the kids are set up, you know, the kinks. I'm not worried, you know, about, well, now that the bubble is here, I'm still not prepared. But anyway, one of the things that we should have done is been filed for our LLC, because I think that that would have put us in position to have more business credit than we have right now. But the good part is, it's not likely that in your first year, you get approved for a lot of business credit. But 2 weeks ago now, we were actually able to get approved for, I think it's 3 cards right now. So Bank of America, they're kind of stingy. American Express Business and Capital One Spark business card. So we were able, even because we didn't file our LLC sooner, because we've been operating longer than the year, but we just filed this year. So we were just kind of spit kicking at it, and we end up with 4,200 in business credit, and we're building quickly. Also on the personal credit side, because of this genius that's teaching right now, we just upped our credit net worth from 19,000 to 41,000.
That's a
credit.
blessing. That's congratulations. Yes, that's great. That's how we make the movement.
This works.
Yes.
This works.
That is
This
the movement.
works.
Yes.
You know, get behind expertise. You know, the debt weapon program has just, I mean, it's just, listen, who don't like simple? Who don't like simple? You know, the point of all this is to get around expertise so that we can elevate faster. And I'm telling you, it is not hard. I can't believe how easy this is.
Absolutely.
You know, they've been playing this game for a long time. So now we have an opportunity to play.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much it.
I was gonna say, make sure you tell your wife congratulations on all your success.
Yes, yes, I will. She in the car waiting, they hungry.
Yeah.
She a little hangry.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, bro.
For that good news.
Absolutely. Hold on,
Very
you forgot one thing though. You called me on the phone panicking the other day. You forgot one more thing. You got pre-approved for something else the other day. You called me on the phone panicking.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I got, you know what it is? I'm not used to this, man. I'm not used to this type of advancement. I'll be honest, man. When you've lived a poverty mind state and then you start to moving, man, and success, you're not used to it. And I don't want to mess it up. You know, I also was pre-approved for you know, what I'll say is I was approved for 25 grand at Navy Federal.
Ooh.
And yeah. And then I went back to them because my car died. Well, you know, one of the cars died at 300,000. I was crying. And so my wife ain't willing to share. So I was like, man, I need a car, man. And so I'm telling you, we literally, I went back to, I didn't think, you know, I'm thinking because, you know, this new credit is flowing. I'm like, man, I'm not going to get any more from Navy Federal, but I was wrong. I got approved for 16,900.
Nice.
For a car.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, this works. This works.
Rodney, you are a true testament to what this man is teaching us. Like this mentor we have. When I tell you, like, he is the truth, he's the truth.
Yes.
And he really only wants what's best for people in our community because we haven't had for so many years, right? So he's blessed because a millionaire actually taught him this strategy. So he's not selfish with the strategy, but he's sharing the strategy.
Right.
we are grateful and thank you so much for your
Yes.
testimony.
Yeah. Let go to fear. I want to end on this note because I'm walking in my motivational calling, and I just taught a lesson about surrendering your fear for freedom. The fact of the matter is we're held back because we're so skeptical. You got to leap. You leap when you take a new job. So you just have to leap. I'm being honest.
True. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Always, man. I appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
Tell the
Thanks,
wife
Rodney. Congratulations.
Hey, Rosie, how are ya?
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yes. A movement is a movement.
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you, Rodney. So I'm going to start out. I'm actually going to piggyback a little bit off what Rodney starting off with. Anybody know what analysis paralysis is? So analysis paralysis, those people that overthink or overanalyze a situation, that it freezes and paralyzes them from actually ever taking a step forward. You ever had something you say, man, if I knew this 10 years ago, or if I did this 10 years ago, and blah, 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 or you always trying to collect information and learn and read and read. Another big thing is that a lot of people in my world as a note broker, they'll come in, they'll have the funds or they have the credit or they have the resources to buy a mortgage note or buy a property, but they want to broker notes because they get into the analysis paralysis situation. Or we have people that want to build their credit or whatever. They don't even look at their credit report. I know most of everybody in this group look at their credit report like once a week now, probably more than once a week. But before, there's some people that wouldn't even look at their credit report because they just figured it was bad. They wanted to make the steps to get their credit right, but they got frozen to the analysis paralysis. So I just wanted to start out with the analysis paralysis. I want to tell you, there is a simple laid out plan that I want you to get to. I want you to start with, like Renee said, I want you to start with the foundation of velocity banking, paying off your debt at accelerated rate, boost your credit score. You don't have to leverage your money then. You only have to leverage your credit. You'll go to your bank or credit union and you get pre-approved for a mortgage loan, okay? You can tell them that you're going to live in the property if you don't want to put the 25% down. And they'll give you an FHA loan and you're only required to put 3.5% down on that property, okay? Once you get that property and you do the steps that we're telling you, you're gonna have a high limit credit card that you can actually leverage. You can take the money off of that credit card and we can teach you different methods of liquidating the credit card and putting your money in your checking account. And then you'll take that down payment at the closing and use other people's money, OPM, plus the bank's money, that mortgage, and start creating passive income. Now, in my situation, I don't normally try to stay in my properties around the $50,000 to $60,000 range. So that means I only have to put between $1,200 to $1,300 down, $12,000 to $13,000 down. I apologize. So that means I can leverage one of my credit cards that's around $25,000 to $35,000 and just take $12,000 to $13,000 off of it, and then I can use that money as the down payment. So my member on a credit card is based off of your APR. I know a lot of people, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. They say, oh, my interest rate is high. Your APR is a percentage of how much you're going to use throughout the year and what's your average monthly balance. So I'll say if I didn't pay off that whole credit card back in a couple of months and my average balance was 10,000.
You can't pick that baby up?
Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. Let me put her upstairs. I apologize.
So while we are waiting for him to handle that situation, I just wanted to ask, what did you guys think about Rodney's testimony? Like, how do you feel about what he said, and how about the excitement that he shared about how he felt of being able to get that type of credit after so many years? Like he said, his words was, I didn't know how to even handle that. So just to say, that the program works, I'm just wondering like what the feedback would be.
I think the mindset is great, that he's like breaking the ceiling of his mindset. That's why he got anxious. So I think that's awesome. I think that's the best part of everything, is that the fact that he's able to grow through everything mind-wise to be wealthy.
Right. But the whole key to his mindset, he had to break that because, and through this program, This is what we teach, mindset and behavior change. So, because if we don't have the correct mindset, and if we don't change the behavior on how we spend our money, or even how we look at our money, we're gonna always be in the same situation, right? So the debt weapon program don't only just teach you about your credit and getting your credit score high, but it's a behavioral change. So Sabor, back to you. I just was filling in until you
Oh,
came back.
no, it's fine. I appreciate you. So I apologize. So yeah, so I try to lay out a simple, easy plan for everybody to move forward so we can start creating passive income. That's the goal. That's my goal for everybody. I want you to learn how to create passive income for your family. It don't have to be real estate. I know a lot of people in here are real estate experts, are learning how to do real estate. It doesn't have to be real estate. It can be whatever your passion is to create passive income. But I want you to get out the analysis paralysis. You have to start moving. As Rodney says, my movement, as I always say, a movement is a movement. You have to move in order to get started. Okay. As I was trying to give an example, if somebody has a 640 plus credit score, you can actually go to your bank and credit union, get pre-approved for a mortgage. You can tell them you're going to live in it as your primary mortgage, primary resident, and they only require that you put 3.5 down. I do the 25% down investment mortgage. Then I leverage one of my credit cards for the down payment. Once I purchase that property, and again, we're going to talk about this tonight, but you always want to make sure that your numbers make sense, okay? If you start a business and your business is underwater, meaning that you're not cash flowing or profiting anything, you have to reevaluate that business. With real estate, it's kind of easier to do because I know if my mortgage to the bank is $200 and my tenant is paying me $1,000, there's no brainer. I make an 800 spread, right? That adds to my monthly cash flow. That adds to my monthly revenue that we have coming in, okay? Now, what I'm trying to teach people, because I do rehabs, but the easy way is to buy a property with the renter already in that home, go to that renter and say, hey, we'll take your past previous rent roll. Your rent roll means past previous payments, and use that as your down payment and keep you at your current mortgage payment or rent payment and convert that to a mortgage payment. And now you don't have to worry about the leaky faucets, toilets, and all that stuff like that. But you're going to do it on a contract for deed or a land contract. That way that property stays in your name. If that borrower defaults, all you have to do is go to the courts and evict them, a 30-day eviction, and you won't have to go through the foreclosure process as if you go to a closing agent and do a mortgage on the property. Make sense? So this is a laid out game plan for you. Again, you got to get away from the analysis paralysis. Like Rodney said, you have to move. A movement is a movement. There's nothing hard about this besides actually doing the steps. You know, I've had people call me this week, you know, they transfer money from the Discover or they transfer money from their, and they just froze. They don't want to follow the steps, or they scared to follow the steps. We tell you different things to do to update your credit profiles to make sure it looks beautiful to the credit bureaus and the lenders, and you're scared to do that. Some people can't even fathom making that much money and state that you make that much money. Again, I'm not going to tell you nothing that's going to hurt you. I'm only trying to see you grow. You know, I don't want to see anybody hurting, okay? So again, a movement is a movement. So we have to start moving, get out of the analysis paralysis mindset, stop being stagnant. If your coach tells you to do something, please do it. If they give you homework, please do it. We only want to see you grow, okay? All right, so on for this topic tonight. I know, so those that don't know, that's first time on the call, what we teach is the basis is called velocity banking. It is a strategy and system, again, to pay off debt at accelerated rate. And by paying off that debt at accelerated rate, it boosts your personal credit score up, okay? If you have the intent or the dream or the goal to start a business, one day what you're going to want to do is transition your personal credit over to business credit. There are a number of reasons why you would want to transfer your personal credit over to business credit. My main thing is because my personal utilization always looked like zero. So even though my debt is on my business side, I still have debt, but they do not see it on my personal side, okay? My business holds all of my debt. So that way you can actually function and move as a business, and that way you can always continue to get highlighted numbers of credit Because, you know, we teach every 3 months, you ask for a credit line increase. So every time I go ask for a credit line increase, they're looking at it like, oh, wow, this guy is not utilizing none of the credit that we already giving him. Let's give him some more. Let's try to get him in the hole, whatever. But they don't realize that if I do have debt, it's sitting on my business side. And also when you start buying your real estate or whatever you do to fund your business, your personal will not be affected by that. And we'll go over that again tonight about the business credit, okay? So I have to start putting a disclaimer out there. So I'm just gonna put that out there for everybody to read through while I get my breathing together from running up and down the steps with my granddaughter. So again, this is all practical information. Anything else in life, there's always no guarantees of income. Members are cautioned to rely on their own judgment, understanding of the individual circumstance and to act accordingly. However, if you follow the steps in the debt weapon program and try not to reinvent the wheel, we would guarantee you success on some levels. And of course, you already heard some of the success stories tonight of how people have started the program and are already making moves. Michelle and Telly and TJ, they have been in the program less than 2 months and they have already started creating passive income and they are also getting their credits together. So I'm very proud of that family. You know, they're off mother, father, and husband, and they're actually moving, and I'm proud of them on that level. Of course, you know, Rodney, he's talked about his success. His LLC is less than 6 years old, and he's already has over $4,200 in business credit. So again, that's amazing because most people require at least 2 years of being in business to get business credit. That lets you know that his personal credit is up there for him to get business credit. So with business credit, when you start out getting business credit, I want you to learn how to get no PG. That means no personal guarantee, meaning that anything that you do on the business side will not report to the personal side. Not only that, you as a person is not personal guarantee for any debt that your business acquire. Even if you file bankruptcy or your business falls out, that debt stays with the business. Even if a judgment of lien goes against that business, it doesn't go against your personal. That's what no PG means, okay? So that's why we want to get you no PG cards. You know, that way you can start building your business credit and on and on and on. You know, we can go over this subject forever, but I don't want to go take up too many people's time tonight, okay? So figuring out how to access business funding and credit is a common quest for new and existing small business owners. For startup costs to new expansion strategies, establishing a strong business credit profile with diverse accounts early can help make your immediate and business future plans a success. If you're a new business, you may not be thinking about getting small business funding just yet, but someday you may be coming around to that. Hopefully from this program, you're going to be thinking about getting business credit from day one once you start your business, okay? So I want to talk about the steps that's going to require to get you business credit. And that way you'll be able to leverage and use that business credit for your business, hopefully real estate goals, okay? So getting incorporated. The reason why I tell people to get incorporated, I know some people function as a single member LLC. That is fine. I also know that some people function as a sole proprietorship. Not good. That is not good. If you're going to function as a single LLC, that is fine. But if you function as sole proprietorship, it's not going to work for you to get business credit or a DBA, doing business as. You know how people have their name and doing business as or doing a sole proprietorship. They try to take the easy way out, going to the county and getting a state license, which costs $25 and start a business. What's going to happen is your personal business, your personal income tax is going to be affected by that because your business is still running as you as a person. Not only that, most lenders, business credit, and financial institutions will not give you business credit as a sole proprietorship. If anybody's on the call that's a sole proprietorship and ever try to apply for business credit, they'll tell you they got denied automatically with no questions asked because you have to form a corporation or LLC. Again, a LLC is nothing but a separation. You're still functioning as a single member LLC, but it gives you a legal shield away from yourself. So it separates your personal from your business. That's what lenders want to see. And I know it sounds counterintuitive because you would think like, well, if I'm holding it, saying that I'm personally reliable and I'm using a sole proprietorship, why won't they give me business credit? The reason being, again, is that you do not have a legal shield. If you get sued, that credit card company, that lenders become second place. It is what is called a super lien, just like a tax lien if you have a property, or if you have an HOA and you don't make that HOA payment or you don't make that tax payment. Those are called super liens. That pushes any other lenders or anybody else or any kind of liens out of the way, and those people become primary. So that's what happens when you work as a sole proprietorship or doing a DBA under your name, if that makes sense. Okay. So the next step after you get incorporated, the next thing you want to do is make sure your business is known. When I say make sure your business is known, there are different people that tells you to get a address from another state, or address that's separated from your household, or different, open up a 800 number and things like that. Those are old ways. You do not have to do that because so many people have home-based businesses nowadays that they're actually, lenders will still give you business credit as having a home-based business. And you can use literally your cell phone number as your business. My cell phone number, if you look at my website, my business number is my cell phone number. So you don't have to do the directory and all that stuff like that anymore. But you do need now to have a social media platform, meaning Facebook, LinkedIn, or some kind of stuff like that. And you can optional, not a full web page, but a landing page. There's a credit bureau. Everybody knows Experian. Experian also has a business side. On that business side with Experian now, they look for your social media accounts in order to extend you business credit. So that's why you have to make your business known. Okay. So by making your business known, I mean putting your business on the net map, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those social media accounts that you can think of, Twitter, those type of things that you want to actually start doing for your business, just to put your business on the map. And again, you don't have to do the traditional ways, which is the virtual addresses and directories and all that stuff like that. You can actually use your home office space. Okay. So next thing after, so now we have our LLC and now we got our business on the map. We have to also get what is called a EIN. Your EIN is going to be your employee identification number. That is the social security number for your business. It separates, again, your personal from your business. And that EIN is used for your business tax reporting purposes, okay? Now, you also need to get what is a Duns and Brads number. A Duns and Brad, both of these are free. A Duns and Brad number does nothing for your business. Again, a Duns and Brad number does nothing for your business, but solidifies your business. It lets people know that you are, when lenders look at your credit, they're going to look at your Duns and Brad's number. That lets people know that you're on the map. Again, the Duns and Brad number does nothing but solidifies your business, okay? But your EIN is going to be used to open up checking accounts for your business names, securing business contracts. Some lenders may ask when you fill out for your credit cards for your business, they're going to ask for your EIN. They're going to pull both your personal. When you first start out, they'll pull both your personal and your EIN to see what kind of credit that's your business and the kind of credit you have on the personal side. So they can tell you how much the length of credit they're going to award you. So if I have a $25,000 personal credit card, more than likely Bremer Bank or Chase, wherever I go apply for, is going to give me a $50,000. So that's why you want to make sure your personal credit looks financially sexy before you move over to business credit. Okay. Everybody that's on here that's a business owner by now that's been on these calls, you should have this account already set up, but I'm going to mention it anyways. And this is called a NAV account, NAV.com, NAV.com. If you don't have you can do a free NAV account if you're a business owner, just to see what your business credit score is. But I recommend that you do the $50 one because they offer bill you a trade line for your business. So if you do not have business credit, I know Rodney did it. That's how he was able to get his early. when you do the $50 one, it builds a trade line. A trade line is nothing but a reporting account on your business side, okay? That NAV account is basically what is called the Credit Karma for businesses. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Credit Karma is, or any kind of free membership. That what you're going to get here, okay? NAV, oh, I apologize. Okay. The NAV account also shows people credit worthiness. They have different cards and tiers and lenders that tell you your number, just like a Credit Karma account does for the personal side, tell you your credit worthiness or your opportunity to get that extended credit to you. So make sure that you look at NAV accounts, okay? Now, once you get those things in order, you want to wait 2 to 3 months, and then of course you can go back to your bank, or you can actually go to online, look up business credit cards and apply for different business credit cards. In our program, our team and our coaches would tell you what business credit cards to apply for and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So
Blah, 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 Sabor.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to read the whole thing. I was trying to get away from reading the whole thing out. But I was trying to get away from because I've been writing this thing all week, so I try to get away from reading the whole thing out for now.
You good. I like that. I like that. Okay.
So with a NAV account and one business credit card, you're game time. Now, there are some people that tell you to get what are called vendor accounts. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on, but vendor accounts are basically net 30, 60, and 90-day accounts. A net just basically means that you have to pay that card off in full within that term, 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, so that's a net 30 account. There are different ways. I know when people look up establishing business credit, most people are going to hear about net 30 accounts. I don't do net 30 accounts because it's a waste of money. You know, say if I do an office supply store and I go in and buy a 10,000 sheet of paper, how long is they going to take me to use 10,000 sheets of paper? You know, so I don't really do a lot of stuff that the net accounts offer is really that you won't utilize every day. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like pins and stuff like that, like 1,000 pins and blah, blah, blah. Again, Renee. It's going to be a lot of stuff that you don't really utilize in your business. It's just unnecessary stuff, but people buy it and they make you send a certain amount before they start reporting to your business side. I don't do it, but you can do it. And you know, I'm going to talk about it a little later, just so you know how to do it. Okay. So after you get your first business credit card, the major thing is, of course, is to pay on time. On the personal side, we know by now that the two major factors that's going to move your credit is going to be your on-time payments and your utilization. Now, on the business side, utilization does not affect you. It only the on-time payments affect your business side. So you can make a minimum payment, which we're not going to talk about because I want you to always think pay off and not payment, but you can make a minimum payment and still be good and still build business credit because you have a length of on-time payments. Utilization does not have a major factor as on-time payments. On the personal side, payment history makes up 35% of your personal credit, and utilization makes up 30%. On the business side, utilization only makes up 15%. That shows you how much important being on time, okay? So after we get that, and if I go too fast, somebody please let me know. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. I will stop and interject. So after that, we want
questions for the end, Sabor. So just go through it and we'll just save all the questions for the end.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So separating your business and personal expenses. I know I've done it before. When I first started out, I would probably have close a note or close a deal, and I'll transfer some of that money over to my personal expense and stuff like that. It becomes a habit and it becomes bad, especially when you come to file taxes. Not only that, you lose your expenses. You'll lose, even though you can download your statements and look at it during business taxes times or personal taxes time, you can really, really lose yourself if you constantly do that. So you want to make sure that you start separating your accounts. I'm going to talk about the type of accounts you need to be setting up when you set up your business, because you know it goes with about knowing your numbers. But this is really, really important to separate your personal expenses from your business expense. if you're going to pay yourself out of your business expense, or if you're going to transfer money out of your business to your personal and vice versa, I recommend that you write a check. Don't do a business transfer. I know it's easier to do a balance transfer, especially like when Nitty said, you just log out and, you know, any place. Nowadays, you can just separate, you know, send money to personal and back and forth, blah, blah, blah. But don't do that because it's really going to get really, really bad for you when it comes to taxes, okay? And by keeping it separated, it actually makes managing your taxes easy. So this again was the optional part I was talking about, establishing and maintaining a vendor's credit. There are in the world of business financing and lending is what is called net accounts. Again, net just basically means a term. And then that 90, 30, or 60 days is basically how long you have to pay off that account in full. At the bottom here, I put a list of some net 30 accounts if you want to take a look at them. We have Speedway, Uline, Wex, which is basically a gas card. There's some office supplies. We have Quell, Office Max, and you can see them there. Now, the NAV account is the only net 30 account that I recommend you do, and that's the one that I told you before. It's for $50 a month. That $50 would actually get a trade line. You're not buying anything from NAV. You're just paying $50 for them to report that $50 payment, and that $50 payment acts as a trade line for your business. All right. So this is the most important part. And I mean, there's not much difference between personal and business credit besides, you know, setting up your business properly, knowing your numbers, make sure your business is profitable, applying, you know, setting up your NAV account, and then applying for your first business card, and maintaining a good business relationship, meaning make all payments on time. In the business world, I know on the personal side, we wait 30 days to make that payment. In the business side, I would recommend that you make a payment every 2 weeks, because they're going to look at how fast you make those payments too. Lenders will look at that when they get ready to reward you credit, or even do a credit line increase for your business. They'll see how fast it takes you to pay back the debt that you took on. So on the business side, I would recommend do it every 2 weeks instead of once a month, as some people do for the personal side. All right, so know your numbers. Is your business being profitable, and does it make sense? Before you set up your business, you have to make sure your business makes sense, and that is going to be profitable. Now that you have a business set up, you need to make sure you have separate checking accounts. I recommend 4 business accounts, optional 5 accounts. Okay. I put in here important. Again, is to keep away the personal checking and spending. Do not run personal expenses into your business account, and vice versa. I know it's easily done because I've done it in the future. And again, when it comes to taxes, if you get audited and they're going to start seeing that you're sloppy with your banking, they're just going to probe them into getting more and more into your personal business. You do not want that. Trust me, anybody that's been audited by the IRS, you do not want that. So make sure you keep your personal and your business expenses separate, okay? If you're LLC, you need to be writing checks again from your personal. If you're S Corp, you need to write payroll checks. Make sure you get a payroll person. I recommend pay checks is CHEX. You can do to them. You want it on a LLC, on an S Corp or C Corp is withdrawal or a distribution. You do not never want to really transfer money to your personal ever. The reason why on the S Corp side, you're going to see that like a single person LLC or a multiple member LLC, I can actually transfer money if I wanted to, but I recommend writing out checks. That money is still going to be taxed on me on the individual level. On an S Corp level, if anybody has an S Corp, you already know that you're going to be taxed on your personal salary and your distribution. So I can go over that later on at the end of it if you need me to, but again, you just want to make sure you separate those two. So the first type of business that you want to have, bank account that you want to have when you set up your business, and you can just go, when you go to your bank with your EIN and your business name and your business ID and everything like that. First thing you want to do, you can label these accounts. Label all 4 or 5 of these accounts. So the first label you want to have is your operating account. In your operating account is basically going to calculate your monthly profit and loss. Money goes in and money goes out of that account. Okay, very simple account. Nothing funny about it. The money goes in and the money goes out. That's your operating account. Okay. Next, you want to do is your reserve account. Once your business starts being profitable, every 2 weeks to every 2 weeks or once a month, the money that you have in your operating account, you want to save 3% of that. There's nothing worth. We made money during the COVID. So we actually, anybody knows when there is distress in our country, mortgage note and acquisition managers, we flourish because the inventory opens up for us. Right now it's kind of tightened because of the moratorium, but when there's stress like 2008, when the bubble burst and the market fell for the mortgage side, mortgage note became a big thing. I was already doing it, but it exploded for most people. It opens up. So anytime there's drama or some type of dramatic situation going on, our industry actually flourishes. So when your business start becoming operational, you want to save 3%, because if you have a business that don't flourish, you want to make sure you have some kind of lifeline for your business during those hard times. Okay. Your next account that you want to have is going to be your tax account. Again, that's going to be 3% of your profit. When it comes to tax season, you want to make sure you have that money already saved. Some people pay their taxes quarterly. Some people pay it annually. I don't care which way you pay it. Just make sure you have the money. Renee and them tell you, I just literally, me and my wife, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm always telling y'all, I always show and prove. We made $326,000 last year, and I had to pay almost $7,000 tax bill. So just always have, but I had that money to the side already, so it was no problem. Always make sure you have your money right, okay? Make sure you make 3% of your earnings to the side. Next you want to have is called your marketing account. Anybody that's going to have a new business or has a new business, even that for you, TJ, 99% of all business is marketing. 99% of all businesses marketing. So now it's kind of easier because you can actually, again, when you set up your social media accounts, Facebook have what is called Boost. If you make a post on your business, you can do it Boost, and you can link like your PayPal, your credit card, your checking account, and they would take that money. They have a boost for like 2 days for $3, 3 days for $6. For like 2 days, they reach like 200 people. The $6 reach like 400 people, and they have different scales. But you can use those for 3 days for $30. For after 3 days, say $10 a day, they'll reach over 1,500 people. That's marketing your business. Again, you keep that marketing account separate from your operating reserve and taxes, because your marketing account is actually a tax write-off. You're using that money to force your business growth. So you always want to make sure you have that money and show how you are marketing or using those funds to grow your business. Okay. Now, am I making sense there? So again, that marketing account is a tax write-off for your business. I would recommend you to put 10% of your profits in there or more, because again, 99% of your business or 90% of your business is going to be marketing. Okay. The last account is optional. It is an innovation account. I call it a movement account, because any kind of new business ideas or growth or anything that you want to start will be used for those funds to start that new venture for your business. That's why I put that as an optional account. But the first 4 you definitely need, which is going to be your operating account. Again, all you bring in is your money in, money out, your reserve account, basically a savings account, a tax account, all your money that you're going to have there for taxes, and your marketing account. Your marketing account is what you're going to use as your tax write-off. Okay. So with that, I think that's about all I really want to talk about in those slides as far as establishing business credit, because again, business credit is no different from personal, besides again, paying your bills on time and make sure that you look financially sexy on the personal side before you apply for business credit. So somebody asked me to explain how do you pay yourself in an LLC? So this is very important for those that actually end up coming in again. If you are a single person LLC, I'm sorry, my wife is washing the baby up here. I apologize. So if you have a single person LLC, okay, you want to pay yourself what is called employees' wages, and which is going to be considered a operational expense for the LLC and will be deducted from the LLC's profit. Again, that first account, that operating cost. By paying yourself is going to be deducted from your profits. Okay, so you don't have to pay taxes on paying yourself if you write yourself out a check. Okay, the IRS will only allow a reasonable wage as a deduction though. That's the only thing different on the LLC. The IRS will only allow a reasonable wage. So you have to look at your industry wide to see how much people are making and make your salary and your checks based off of that. If you go over, they might say, well, you're over industry standards. This is, you owe us this much back taxes, and on and on. And if you're under, they may say, well, you're underpaying yourself. Okay. So you want to look at your industry standards and make sure you write your checks out. I do not recommend transferring again. Get business checks. You can go to different places. You can actually set up a paycheck account and have them write out payroll checks to yourself. Okay. You can also issue bonuses to LLC members who are employees, including yourself. Again, these must be reasonable, related to the salaries that are being paid. Have an LLC. What I did was, and me and my wife did, we're a partnership LLC, but we had ourselves being taxed as a S Corp. So to be taxed as a single member, even you can do this as a single member LLC, if you're just you by yourself. You, when you talk to your tax accountant, tell them you want to be taxed as a single member LLC, I mean an S Corp, and they would make you fill out 2 forms. It's going to be the 2553 and the 8332 forms. Okay, and that would basically be, that way you become an employee of the LLC, okay, instead of being an owner of the LLC. And again, as being an employee of the LLC, your taxes are, what you pay yourself is now included into the tax of your, the revenue that you generated throughout that year into your tax bill. Can you give me 1 second? Let me tell her to close that door.
So while he's going through that, of course, I'm just gonna keep filling in. So do you guys, are you finding this information valuable? Are you finding it useful for you? Somebody, you can unmute yourself, say yes, no, raise your hand, something.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, oh, everybody, and oh, okay, we're doing the chat box. Yes, very valuable. Okay. I'm slow tonight. I'm tired, but it's okay. Wonderful. So that's our goal when we do these calls on every Friday night, is to provide value for you so that you will be able to use it and grow from it. Oh, you're back, Sabor? Okay.
That's right. Next, what I always want to talk about, receiving distributions from the LLC on the draw. When you take money out, I just try to give everybody an example so they understand what I'm talking about as far as written checks are transferred. So say that you figure out how much you're going to pay yourself throughout the year. For an example, you want to pay yourself $1,000 a month out of your business. So that's going to be $12,000 a year, right? And then at the end of the year, your total is 12,000, but your shares in profit end up being 15,000. You're going to actually get a draw or a distribution coming to you of $3,000. They give you that's $15,000 salary for the year. So you want to basically make how much your salary out off of your industry standards, and then at the end of the year, if you did not meet the industry standards, quotation mark, you give yourself a draw before you file taxes, okay? Any business owner here also knows that a business taxes are due on March 15th, not April 15th. On the personal side, it's April 15th. For businesses, it's going to be due March 15th. Make sure you meet that deadline or ask for a extension, or ask your tax account if he can file both together. You know, most people on the personal side, as soon as they get their W-2 anyways, they're running straight to the tax accountant, especially if they're a W-2 employee. As soon as they get it in February or January, they're running straight there, so they bypass that deadline. But if in case you try to go to the deadline, know and understand that the business taxes are due on March 15th. Lastly, if you have a single member LLC, or if you're working in a LLC, do not pay yourself as an independent contractor. You're going to be double taxing yourself. You're going to have the personal tax you have to pay, and you're going to have to pay off that 1099 miscellaneous form. I had people that set up business and they were actually trying to call themselves cheating the system, and they end up double taxing themselves. That means they would end up paying 23% on the personal and another 15% on that 1099. Double taxation. All right, so on an S Corp, or a corporation, I should say, how do you pay yourself? Now, this is going to be salary and distribution only. Do not, again, do transfers from your business to your personal. You are going to hurt yourself when it comes to taxes. And these are all tax liabilities that I'm talking about right now, okay? So again, on an S Corp or corporation or C Corp, the IRS requires, again, industry standards. Again, be careful. I recommend 30% of your net income, meaning 30% of the revenue that you bring in for the year as your salary, and then a 20% distribution at the end of the year. That gives you 50% of your company's revenue on a corporation level. So how are you taxed? How is business taxes in a corporation, a C Corp or S Corp? So in this example, you know my boy, Al B. Smart. Al B. Smart, he has a Forex business. His business earns $100,000 in profit. As a sole proprietorship S Corp, he pays payroll taxes on the entire property, right? I mean, as a sole proprietorship, I say so as an S Corp, but as a sole proprietorship, he's going to pay $100,000. He's going to pay taxes on the whole $100,000. But if he had himself as a S Corp, or even an LLC being taxed as an S Corp, he pays himself a salary of $50,000. Again, recommended $30,000 net, $20,000, 20%, 30%. I keep saying 30,000. 30% net of the income, and then 20% distribution, meaning he ended up making $50,000 out of that $100,000, right? You'll pay himself a salary, and while taking that $50,000 as a shareholder distribution. In the scenario, he only pays taxes on his $50,000 salary, not the whole $100,000. Makes sense? That's where you want to start saving yourself at in taxes. Now, if you do not need that money out of your business as a salary, do not take it out, because the more money you take out, the more you're going to be paying on personal side. So if you say you made 100,000 and you took 70 out, you're going to be taxed on that 70, and your business, remember, S Corps are not taxed. S Corps are not taxed. So the S Corp, the more money you leave in that business for a later time, then you're going to be able to save on your own personal taxes as a shareholder distribution, okay? So with that, again, you know, we always say movement is a movement. I apologize. My night's been all crazy with my granddaughter and stuff like that. If anybody having questions, let's dive into them, because I don't want to hold you all tonight. Let's go.
Saber, if you can just make me the host to end the call, that would be great.
You're still the host.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So at this time, does anyone have any questions that they would like to talk to Saber about? You can unmute
Yes, this is
yourself.
Asha. Saber, so the trade lines you were talking about on the personal side, can we also have a trade lines on our business side do you have something like that for us?
No, they don't have business trade lines. Only thing is you add somebody on the business side as a employee card, give them employee card.
Okay.
Yeah, but they don't help you build your business credit. No, not like the personal side.
I see. Got it.
Trade
Okay,
lines
thanks.
are only for the personal side.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah. Saber, so I got one more slide just to show to end.
Sure.
It kind of is the same thing that you have there, but it has just a little bit more information. So if you guys don't have any other questions, and you are interested in joining the program, and you want to become a member, you can contact our chairperson, Coach Mentor Rosie, membership chair, and you can contact her at this email at rosie@demirifunding.com. And for the fees, it's a $99 fee per individual per month. And if it's a couple and you have a spouse that you are interested in doing this with, it would be $149 per month for you guys. Believe me, it's really not, we're not really charging to make the money, but we really want to make sure that people are vested in what we're teaching and invested in the growth that we want you to achieve. So if there are no other questions at this time, we will.
Hold on. If there are no questions, I want to leave with something. I got my momentum back real fast. All right, so I just want to leave with this, y'all. So understand, again, I always like to explain what we're doing here. So we want to make sure that you build your personal credit up, okay? So by building your personal credit up and paying off your debt at accelerated rate from the way we teach you, using your cash flow, making that line of credit your new checking account, okay? By making that line of credit your new checking account, meaning all your money is dumped back into that line of credit. That pays off that card at accelerated rate. By also paying off that card at accelerated rate, you boosted your credit score. That allows you to leverage not only that line of credit, but it also allows you to leverage your credit to the banks. You will never, ever, ever have to worry about finding, lending or finding funding. All of us had dreams, and we always said, if we had the money. I'm telling you, always had the money. Learn how to leverage that. Learn how to pay off that debt at accelerated rate. Use that money to build passive income. I started this, and I know people want to partner with me and things like that, but I started this literally with just me and my wife. Somebody taught me, I implemented it. I implemented, paid off my debts off within a year, and I took that same money, and again, I started leveraging it, buy my own properties. I'm telling you, it is just that simple. It sounds more harder than it actually is. Once you start doing it, you will actually become successful at it. There's people on here that have real estate now. They knew the steps, the steps that it takes to buy that real estate. All you have to do is make that one tweak instead of being a landlord or a brick and mortar buyer, and start buying the paper and learn how to be the bank. Make sense? Okay. So I just want to make sure that we leave with that. I want you to learn how to build your personal credit, leverage that credit and that cash flow to start building passive income. You don't have to do real estate, but you need to be doing something. Hey, I want you to leave generational wealth. Again, we're not hustling for our first name, we're hustling for our last name. So I just want to make sure I impart that. And I apologize for my offness tonight in my my wordings and stuff like that. But I just want to let you know that I'm here. My team is here for you. If any questions or anything that you need, please let us know, and we will do anything that we can to help you guys.
I just want to say, don't forget to support TJ. I just made a purchase and he has free shipping, y'all. Y'all know we love free shipping.
That's right, Danielle, and thank you for that, because this is how we support. We support other people's businesses, so we should definitely support our own. And big up to you for doing that.
Thank you. I was just about to say I got an extra piece of good news. I made my first sale.
Danielle.
Again, if y'all have any youth that's under the age of 25, we have a class for them every other Tuesday. Again, we're only charging them $20. We have to teach them how to leverage it, how to build credit now, and don't learn like we did have to go through the rigmarole and going through the life changes and learning about credit and finances. Unfortunately, they do not teach this, what we teach in schools. And if they did, we would have more millionaires and our kids would be more better off instead of trying to, and I'm not saying anything bad to any parents because we always tell our kids to go to school, get good grades and get jobs. But I always want to tell our kids, go to school, get good grades and create jobs. Let those people that went to school work for you. Let the smart people be work for you. So I definitely want to encourage TJ and all our youth. And if you know any youth that needs these courses, that needs to learn about credit and finances, we have a group for them. 99% of the time they keep me laughing on the calls and they keep me laughing. They are a hoop, but they are learning about credit and finances. TJ himself, he moved all his debt over to his line of credit. He already has gained enough reward points that he's actually going on a trip to Texas. And, so he has points that he's learning how to utilize. Also, if you have cashback rewards, you will learn how that cashback rewards to help you build your, your personal, income and also make cash flow off of doing that. We teach you all those strategies and methods for you in order for you to grow. But again, anybody have any questions before we leave? I'm sorry, I got my second win back.
Oh, no, but I do want to just shout out though to my nephew, Devin. I know he was on last week. He came on a little late, but he did show up today. So I just want to tell him thank you. And I hope he got something out of it. And we'll talk. Devin, you want to say hi? No, he maybe don't. I don't know. Kind of put him on the spot.
You. What's up?
What's up, Devin? How are you, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Chilling, man.
Yeah, I hope did you get something out of this?
Oh yeah. I mean, I learned that it takes time with business. You definitely have to be able to put things together and organize things and get things together before how you say it.
So let me stop you there, man. I've talked about business credit and I tried to speed through it tonight for the simple fact is I didn't want people to get stuck on, the ins and outs and building business credit because you have to move. Again, I always say movement is a movement. Devin, I know you muted yourself. I'm sorry to stop you, but I want you, don't get into the analysis paralysis that I talked about at the beginning of the call where you keep trying to analyze stuff and never move. I am the type of person, and most business people on the call will tell you that you have to jump. Business owners are not giving anything. There are oftentimes we are paid last out of our businesses. Sean is on here, Rosie on here, everybody on here that's business owners that tell you, but the thing is they took a leap and they jumped, they created something. Your business is a creation in your mind. I'm not a W-2 employee allowing somebody else to get rich off my labor. I'm making my own way. So again, I'm the type of person I'll jump and I'm like, I'll make my parachute on the way down. That's the same thing I want everybody on this group to do. Take the risk, learn how to create, your leverage. And you don't have to create a business, bro, but at least start creating passive income by using your personal side. Okay.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Devin, tonight, call me when we get off this call.
All right.
Also, we have Conroy on. Conroy, you want to say something?
How are you guys doing tonight? My name's Conroy. I was actually invited by Miss Rosie and we met at my job. And I've actually been helping people my age. I'm 26 years old, do the same thing, but more at the beginning stages for the personal credit and learning where to start with their business credit. So thank you again, Miss Rosie, for the invitation tonight.
You're very welcome.
Oh, thank you, Conroy, for joining tonight.
So Conrad, you say you're helping people with the personal credit. I always want to make sure that you, people that's doing credit, because we have so many credit gurus out here right now. make sure that you're basically updating people's personal profiles, meaning, the different variations of name, addresses, and employers. That's the major thing. I know most people try to start attacking derogatory, but I was speaking to somebody this morning, and I just want people to know that, credit bureaus cannot legally discriminate against us by race, color, or creed, but they can use zip codes, they can use addresses. So make sure you're updating your people profiles, your credit profiles, okay?
Okay.
Anybody else? Sean, you quiet, bro. What are you thinking?
Man, I mean, we had that conversation the other day about some of the things I didn't know. I mean, I have quite a bit of business credit, as you know, but I went through some of those methods that you talked about to dig that out. So I've had that for a few years now, but some of the things that you're teaching, I'm actually gonna get off this call and talk to my nephew and have him jump into your youth course, because he's 22, his fiance is 21, so they need this.
Okay.
Sure.
So I know there's some people that's ready to invest in real estate with us, and that's ready, that already had the funds and things like that. We are still working with the attorney. We are still trying to get what is it called, Rosie? What are we working on?
The limited partnership agreements
There
together.
you go. We're still working on the partnership agreement, and we're just trying to make it a limited one because we don't want any hiccups, and we don't want anybody to have any problems going forward, pulling out of deals, or if something unfortunately if somebody demise during a partnership, we want to make sure the heirs are compensated and things like that. So we are working, we are putting it together. Do not think I forgot about you. Our attorney is writing up a limited partnership agreement form now for us. We are working. So
Sabor, just a quick question. This is outside this, and I just asked this because I'm on the call here and I'm getting a text. What did we decide to do with that property on New Street for the what would the monthly payment be? Because somebody's asking, and you're kind of like,
Renee, can he send you a private text or
yes,
something?
of course.
But in the meantime, also, I think we have Crystal and her husband Mark that are on. If you guys want to just say something, if there's something that you have any questions or something that you may have learned tonight, they're actually invited by Raquel and Rahim.
Yes, this is Mark. I'm still on. Quick question was talking about the LLC for the businesses, and one of the gentlemen who was on earlier was saying how he wished he would have started earlier on the LLC. My question would be like, how early could you get the LLC in regards to what you have in place in regards to starting the business?
you can get your LLC anytime without your business actually generating revenue. I know I have a couple of people on the call now. They had their LLC over 3 years. They don't have business credit though, because they didn't know anything about how to establish business credit, but they had an LLC. Because that LLC has a 3-year length, once they move over to the business side, they're going to get high limit cards just because of the age of that LLC. But the reason he said he wish he got started earlier as far as building business credit, starting his LLC earlier, because most companies won't award you business credit unless your LLC has a certain age and history and length. It's not necessarily you have to have business credit, but that age of the LLC alone, when they look up your EIN and see when that LLC was established, that helps you get, that's a major factor that helps you get business credit.
So Sabor, you have a question? I'm sorry. Were you done with that? I'm sorry. I thought he was also.
Yes, I was done with that.
Yeah, but Mark, if you have an LLC or you have a vision or goal, set it up. Go ahead and create your LLC now if you have the funds. And even if that business doesn't generate any income, just that age of that LLC, when you do move from the personal side over to business, that age itself is going to help you with your business credit.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I was just gonna answer the question in the chat, but Rosie just answered it. So if anyone is interested in enrolling the youth, which is a $20 a month fee, you can definitely email her at rosie@demaryfunding.com. And she will get you the information needed to definitely enroll in the youth. And I think that is important because we, as youth, we didn't know this information, but I do think it's a great program from them, so they don't have to deal with what we dealt with trying to learn this thing through the, the hard knocks of life, the school of hard knocks, right? So we have a way, like other communities do now, to teach our children so that they're not behind the 8 ball.
And
So,
the good thing is, though, like I said, it's more practical. It sounds difficult in most scenarios, but that the sound of it will stop people. It paralyzes a lot of people. But once you start doing the system, and everybody that's on here that's been in that's a member, they'll tell you it's so easily done. All you're doing is changing a one twist into your finances, and it's go time. You're creating income for yourself and creating passive income for your future. So it's really, really easy. I don't want anybody to get, again, trying to get people away from the paralyzing themselves or analyzing. I have Brandon, he was on here. He'll tell you, he was like, man, this just doesn't make sense for a long time. Every conversation we had, it was like, I'm like, man, just start, just start. And every time we had a conversation, it just doesn't make sense. The numbers just don't make. Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm telling you, absolutely. So, of course, you heard all the testimonies, and I am definitely one myself. It really works. It really is. And I would definitely tell you guys, definitely just jump out there, try something small, like say if you had a credit card, you had an automobile or something of that nature, to start off small and actually see how the process works. Once you get your feet wet and you see how this process works, it becomes a lifestyle. It really is a lifestyle. You start looking at all your numbers. You always hear Sabor said, know your number, know your number. Well, when you start using this strategy, you're going to be looking at all the dollars that's coming in and all of the dollars going out. So it is definitely a lifestyle. This thing helped me out, me and my wife. It's been tremendous, and I encourage anyone to definitely to take that step forward, because it's worth it. It really is. It's life changing.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we did, because we really passed the time, and we really like to stay to an hour. And we do appreciate you guys, engaging and staying on the call with us. But we do want to stay respectful of your time, because we know work weekend is Friday. But we do have this call every Friday, and you're welcome to join us. So join us again. So on that note, we will be ending the call tonight, and we just want to thank everybody again for joining us, and any newcomers that were on the call, thank you for joining us, and you're welcome to come back.
Rochelle, you've been quiet tonight, and please share with your friends and family. We need as many people on this call. We're trying to teach as many of our people as we possibly can to learn about this information, how to establish personal and business credit in order for them to move the dial and start moving for their last name. So please share the information. Rochelle, you've been very quiet tonight, young lady.
I'm sorry. You know what? It is such good information, and I just feel so excited to hear it. We are definitely going to implement a lot of the stuff you're talking about. We never heard it like that. So, we started the LLC. We just didn't know how to get the corporate credit stuff going, but it is just, wow. Right? It's just overwhelming. Yeah. So I want to hear the recording again, but we're excited, and we are definitely going to take advantage of that, because we haven't done any draws out of our account. We're just trying to let that money grow in there, because we want to be careful. It's not our money, it's the business money. And we just want to be ready to jump on the next deal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We just don't want to look at it like it's our money right now, because we don't want to do anything like we're over leveraging on it, right? So we just want to let that grow there for the next deal. Yeah, but it's good, because we should do that if we have the ability to, So we look at everything real close. But no, it's just really good information.
I'm waiting for you to get it. I'm waiting for you to get in touch with Brandon and get in this program so we can start utilizing that HELOC that y'all have.
Okay. Yeah.
You can start on the personal side and then move over to the business, because you're already in a good, very, very good position, especially with having that HELOC already.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We could check that out, because I know we were just focusing on them credit cards to pay them down, but yeah, we can get with Brandon and get going on that, anything to help improve it, make it go faster for us and stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay, that sounds good. Sorry, I've got this thing next to me here
No,
because
no, I got you.
Looks like it's ready to party or something right
I know it's
there.
ready to party on it.
I don't know if
So-
I'm talking to my speaker or this thing here, this computer, but
So my team will kill me later on, but I'm just going to give you this. If you have credit card debts right now, you have a HELOC, you need to be transferring that money out of your HELOC off and pay off those credit cards. Now that credit card debt is wiped out, use that same money you was paying for those credit cards and drop it back to your HELOC and plus some. Now you're eliminating those debts. Your credit score jumps up.
now even if it's a 0%, right, on the credit
You'll
card,
pay-
don't matter.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter because the way you're paying off that debt on that HELOC at accelerated rate, the interest rate is not going to bother you. We don't worry. Again, we had this conversation about 3 weeks ago. Interest rates do not bother us in this program because the way we're paying off our debts, the bank could take a little bit, but they're not getting everything. So it doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, I definitely will run that by my partner.
Okay, I'm shutting up now. I see the evil looks.
No, I'm looking at him like, hey. It's okay. It's painful to learn, but we got to learn.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm here for you if you need me.
Okay, we'll reach out to Brandon to get
All
that going.
right.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. So everybody have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys next week. The people I have called.